Yo, what is up, guys? RC Apologist here, and I figured I'd make this quick sort of video as a call-out invitation and a challenge. Of course, there's a glimmering light in the back due to the sunlight, so please try to excuse that. I'll try to keep my head in this position as much as possible. But some of y'all have known I have been starting to get into more studies in my research of Islam. Recently I decided to take upon the task of going into the Quran and studying it and reading it. I've been using the more recent translation of it from Mustafa Al-Kitab, and this translation makes it clear, helps it be easy to understand. And along with that particular English translation of the Quran, I've also been cross-referencing it with several other different translations. Among one of them is the Noble Quran, which is another more popular one. While the Clear Quran is used nowadays as the replacement of this for Dawah, this has been sort of like the King James, sort of Gideon's Bible type of Quran that would be used for places, at least from what my research has gathered in how these certain translations are being published and distributed. But anyways, my whole point is, as I've been studying the Quran, as I've been studying in Islam, I've been now wanting to get to the point that I've wanted to engage more in the debates involved in that, because face it, the atheist debates aren't exactly challenging with what some of the issues have been brought up lately. So when it comes to the other theists, especially that of, at the moment, the biggest religion in the major world, being of Islam, being according to the thing, it's the fastest growing religion, though it's not necessarily because it's true. But people are starting to buy into it, and even those who don't believe in this book are trying to defend it for other political or social reasons or humanist reasons. So, that being said, I want to get into it where we handle this topic, where we come across the issues of Islam and the Quran. What does it teach? What does it contain? But to several of the Muslim apologists out there, I want to issue an open debate challenge. And that's what this video is intended to be. An open debate invitation and a challenge to people such as Muhammad Hijab, to people such as Asadullah Ali Al-Andalusi. I believe that's how you pronounce that last name. I just normally hear him as Asadullah Ali, especially from the people in his Discord server that I happen to be a part of. But that being said, anyone who feels that they can defend certain issues that I have with Islam or the Quran may feel free to do so. Because, for example, one of the things that I am willing to dispute, because even with the people that I talk to in the Islamic circles these days, they have no problem admitting that in terms of textual wise, that the Quran does have textual variants and has differences there, but then they forsake the old written preservation argument and instead now try to go for orally preserved transmission. And I disagree with that. So my thesis on that is, the Quran, or has the Quran been orally preserved? So, has the Quran been orally preserved? And that's where I would dispute that. So, that being said, that's where I would go to for that particular reason. And then the next thing to go over is the issue about sin and salvation, because there's two different obvious concepts that differ between the Christians and the Muslims in their understanding of salvation. So there's the issue of the cross for the Christians, the atonement, and all that. And then you have that of Islam in a different narrative and in a different story. So that being said, if there is anyone that wishes to defend their ideas on Islam or the Quran, or wants to even get into a debate on a general broad, though it'll be a very long topic, a long debate on it, on Christianity versus Islam, then you're more than welcome. But I challenge you any of the Muslims I want to do is mostly Muhammad Hijab, who I have tried to get in contact with to get to do in the debate, but he has yet to respond over our encounters on Twitter. The second would be Asadullah Ali. I have messaged him on Discord via his server in DMs, but haven't had a response from him either, even though his followers and the people that are on the server told me that that would be the best way to get in contact with Asadullah Ali. But anyways, those are two that I'm definitely looking forward. But if anyone else wants to have a debate on the subjects of is the Quran been orally preserved, the sin and salvation differences between Christianity and Islam, or Christianity versus Islam as a general whole, to then go over these different topics, that will be my challenge, is to anyone to bring forth your case for Islam, to bring forth your case for the Quran, to bring forth why it is that I should forsake my religion and why other Christians should forsake their religion, and to come over to the side of Islam. Because this is, I believe, supposed to be part of what the Quran commands you to do in what is known as dawah, that you are supposed to go out and call people to Islam and to get them to, cite the Shahada and then become a Muslim. So, that being said, I hope that y'all get in touch, and if you want to have a debate, the issue is not going and setting this up at some academy or anything like that, but rather it is to schedule it for a live, moderated, formal debate, meaning there will be no informal, childish back and forth banters. Everything's going to be timed. Everything's going to be formal. It's going to be presented in an academic kind of format where it's not a late night talk show on Fox News or CNN, but rather that people get time to express their case. There will be rebuttals. There will be cross-examinations, and depending on where we get the thing hosted, even audience Q&A answering. So, that being said, thank y'all for taking the time to watch this video, and until then, this has been RC Apologist. Have a good day.